Minnesota Waterfalls, A Fire Art Perspective. Waterfall Column by Gail Katz-James. Steel and mixed media. Price $750. Undulating strips of perforated sheet metal are welded to curvy steel plates on top and bottom sitting on a pedestal. The steel plates each have a cutout in the middle. The perforated sheet metal strips are connected to one another via loops of white, blue, and green coated wire. Blue, green, white, and silver beads, washers, and other round objects hang from the colored wire. Echoes by Jess Bergman Knight. Encaustic painting on repurposed wood with enamel circles. Not for sale. Two brown hands emerge from an abstract beige, black, and brown background hanging on the wall. 7 of the fingers have a nail driven into them. A string with a round piece of metal at the end hangs from each nail. Each round piece of metal is enameled with a different color and image on it. Gooseberry Falls by Pete Seeger. Steel. Price $400. This is a rectangular artwork hung on the wall from chain. Steel sheet, metal cut, twisted and otherwise manipulated to create a variety of shapes and textures. The top edge is made up of trees of different sizes. Below the trees are 2 bunches of thin rod welded together. At the bottom, the rods end in curlicues and squiggly shapes. Below that is a woven texture. The entire artwork is silver. Winnewater Falls by Deborah Martins. Enamel on copper and felted wood. Not for sale. This is a rectangular artwork hung on the wall. The background is red, gray, and purple felt. In the center is white felt. Surrounding the white felt are enameled pieces in a variety of shapes and sizes. The enameled pieces are red, purple, green, yellow, and orange. Convergent by Craig Snyder. Stainless steel and steel. Price $1,800. This sculpture has a rusted metal base and a smaller blue painted metal base next to it. Both sit on a pedestal. There's a square piece joining the 2 bases together. 2 pieces extend vertically at different angles. One is made of circles and the other has circles cut out of it. Connecting the 2 vertical pieces are a series of metal pieces stacked upon each other. The stack alternates between blue painted rectangle tubes and rusted squares. Upstream by Wayne E. Potratz. Cast bronze and Tomahawken steel. Price $3,000. There's a brown-black mound with craters and rough texture sitting on top of a pedestal. On top of the mound is a figure paddling in a canoe. The figure's hair is blown back behind it. Constantly Flowing by John Alt. Neon. Price $1,200. The neon sign has a wooden frame around it and hangs on the wall. There are 2 green sections, one at the top and one at the bottom. Starting in the top right corner and ending in the bottom left corner, 5 tubes of neon curve down the interior of the frame. The tubes alternate illumination with 3 blue tubes and 2 white tubes. Falling Up by John Geyer. Enamel on enamel steel panels. Not for sale. This artwork consists of 2 large enamel panels presented on the sides of a pedestal. One panel is blue, green, tan, and gray with a black box on the top of the design beneath it. The words "seeking hidden treasure we set up on our path, not a physical grasp, but a feeling real, knowing when we see it, wisdom will appear," John Geyer, are written on the black box. There is also a green sign that says Hidden Falls. The second panel is blue, tan, orange, and black. In the bottom left corner is an orange fish that takes up 1/3 of the panel. There are other small animals painted in the enamel. Ol Minnehaha by Loretta Day. Enamel on enamel steel. Not for sale. This enameled panel is screwed into the wall above the gallery doors. It's a landscape with green trees, reddish-brown ground, and a white and blue waterfall. There are rocks at the bottom of the waterfall. Minnehaha Falls by Esther Oseande. Enamel on enamel steel. not for sale. This enameled panel is screwed into the wall above the gallery doors. It has a thick reddish-brown border with blue and green flowers painted on the bottom of the border. Some of the flowers have red centers. Inside of the border is a smaller white border. Inside that is a landscape painting with a sun, tree, rocks, and waterfall. Waterfall on the Pigeon River by Brad Buxton. Copper on steel. Price $2,500. The sculpture is contained within an irregularly shaped, textured green piece of bent sheet metal sitting on a pedestal. Long, brownish, thin strands of metal start at the top and extend beyond the bottom edge of the container. Towards the bottom, the metal pieces have curls and twists in them. Untitled by Kim Seeger. Encaustic. Price $500. This rectangular artwork hangs on the wall from chain. There is a variety of shades of green along the top edge and bottom left corner. There are brown bricks painted in the background with white on top. The white on the left side is transparent enough to see the bricks through. In the center, the white is thicker and built up with a rough texture. Waterfall Triptych by Kathleen Cavern. Triptych encaustic painting. Price $2,295. There are 3 rectangular panels hung on the wall next to each other by chain. They each have a green strip at the top. Below is a mixture of blues, greens, and whites. One panel also has orange and yellow. There are round black shapes on top of the panels. The third panel is a different style and has white running from top to bottom. There is a bubble-like texture towards the bottom. Devil's Kettle by Greg L. Mueller. Forged steel and Shoshugi-Bon wood. Price $1,000. Blue S-shaped curved forms balance on a single point on a round base on top of a pedestal. There is a wooden vessel appearing to be held up by the blue shapes. Footsteps and Waterways by Brighton McCormick. Cast bronze, aluminum, iron, and steel. Price $10,000. The artwork is contained within a red frame and propped up on a pedestal leaning against the wall. The frame is filled with iron squares with a variety of colors and textures. There are 6 squares horizontally and 9 squares vertically. Impressions of nature are visible on the squares. The squares are silver, black, orange, green, blue, and brown.